Very good mornings to Prof. Naresh. Okay, so today my group, which is group 2, will present about company Nestle that we choose to do in this group assignment. So before we explain in part 1 until part 4, okay, I would like to introduce my group members. Okay, my name is Nik Raihanatul Hanis binti Nik Hamzah. My venture number is A17A0322. We'll explain about part 1, which is about mission and vision analysis, and also in part 4, which is strategy analysis and also conclusion. So my second member, which is Malati Indah, will present in part 2, which is about opportunities and threats, and also in part 3, which is about strength and weakness. And the other members, okay, Haris will explain in part 2, which is about EFE metric and CPM. And Amir will explain about IFE metric and financial ratio in part 3. And the last one, Siti Suraya, will explain the conclusion in part 2 and part 3. My name is Nikra Hanatul Hanis Medini Hamzah. My venture number is A17A0322. So now I will present about part 1, mission and vision analysis. So before I analyze, okay, or I present what is the mission and vision of Nestle, I would like to brief overview about company Nestle. So basically, Nestle is a large food and beverage industry in the world. So Nestle evolve and continue to establish a solid reputation, okay, in the food industry. Okay, this give impact. Okay, this give impact that customer would find or would focus, okay, would like to focus on buying the product from Nestle, and also give impact to a major profit to the company Nestle. And when Nestle is engaged in the manufacture of product, so the type of business for company Nestle is manufacturing. So the products, okay, this is because, okay, when Nestle is doing the manufacturing, okay, the products are made in similar ways, okay, in similar cost, and Nestle also has a wide line product. Okay, so when Nestle is a big company, of course Nestle manufacture in a large quantities. Okay, when Nestle manufacture in a small quantity, so Nestle has a less or a lower or a low in a cost of production. So this can lead Nestle to income to the market, okay, to make their products to put in the market, and can give can Nestle also can give fair prices to their customers, and also give the benefits to the customers to keep on going to buying their products. So as a conclusion, with a brief overview about company Nestle, okay, I would like to say that Nestle's company industry is a food and beverage industry, and their type of business which is manufacturing. So we move to vision and missions of company Nestle. So I analyzed that the vision of Nestle is a very good, okay, is a good, because a good vision, okay, must be short, okay, and preferred in one sentence, and also the company must reveal what type of business of the company. So I analyzed that from the vision, okay, from the vision of the company Nestle, okay. I would like to say that company Nestle, okay, has fulfilled have fulfilled what we call has fulfilled uh, the characteristics of being a good vision statement. So I can read the vision of a company Nestle. Okay, to be a leading competitive nutrition, health, and wellness company delivering improved shareholder value by being a preferred corporate citizen, preferred employer, preferred supplier, selling and preferred products. So from this vision, I can analyze that company Nestle has a good vision statement. However, in mission statement, company Nestle does not fulfill the 9 components and the 9 characteristics of a mission statement. Okay, this is because to make a good mission statement, the company must reveal what organizations wants to be, who wants to serve, or the mission statements must have a statements of purpose, a philosophy, belief, or I can say that to make a good mission, the company or the organization must fulfill the 9 characteristics of a mission statements. So I can analyze 4 characteristics of a mission statement. Company Nestle only fulfills 7/9 of the characteristics of a mission statements, which is company Nestle does not fulfill the utilize of the firms and the 9 components. So the 9 components in the mission statements. I can analyze that company Nestle only fulfill around 4/9, which is about customer, products or service, markets and philosophy. So from this, uh, I propose a mission statement which that fulfill the 9 components and the 9 characteristics of the mission statements. Okay, all company, all organization must know. When we have a clear vision and statement, a clear vision and mission statements, this give us some benefits to the organizations, like it provides strategic planning activities, provide directions to the company, who wants to serve, like say company Nestle type of business is nutrition, health and wellness. So of course their target customers is when they have a targeted customers, they have a direction. They have a directions um, to reveal their products. Another benefits when company have a clear vision and mission. This can give some expectations among all managers and employees to do their work. And also when the company has a clear vision and mission, the project is organized, motivated organization, and this give the higher organizations at a performance. So that's all for part 1, mission and vision analysis.
Hi, my name is Melati Indah binti Rahmat. Metric number A17A0199. I will explain about SWOT. SWOT is stand for the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. The first one, I will explain about the opportunity. The first point, the opportunity for the Nestle is about the competitor between the competitor. The competition between the Nestle is very low. This is because Nestle is the large company in the food processing market. So, the competitor need the large spending to the competition with Nestle. The second point is about increasing the household income as much 3.6%. The increasing the household income can give the opportunity to the Nestle to expand their target market and increasing the opportunity at once, increasing the profit company. The third point is about the growing of the population. The growing population can give the positive impact to the Nestle to expand their target market. The fourth point is about the increasing of the consumer expenditure on food as much 3.6%, so that can give opportunity to the Nestle to increasing the variety type of product which cover all age. And the last point is about the Nestle has a good potential in the cool dairy because their existing product have the good receive response from the buyers. Next, I will explain about the trade. The first point for the trade is about they have trade for the new entrants into the market. Also, Nestle is the large company and the competitor need the big capital to enter the market. However, there are still have the company that able to enter the market even need the large capital. The second point is about the Nestle have the strong existing competition in the industry. For the example, the MARS and the Hershey the strong existing competition for the Nestle. The third point is about the taste of the Nestle product. As we know, Nestle is the company that has been in the industry for the long time. Then if they do not innovate of the taste of their product can pose the threat to their company. The fourth point is about the regulation of the international trade keep changing, and this required compliance by the company if they are to operate globally. The last point is about the strong advertisement by the major competitor. This is because the competitor display promotion through the advertising or advertisement by offering the cheaper price to attract the consumer to choose their product.
My name is Haris Rifki Beramli and my metric number is A17A0117. In this assignment, I will present about the external factor evaluation EFE matrix of the Nestle and the competitive profile matrix within industry. For EFE matrix is an analytical technique that related to the SWOT analysis, where it is a strategy tool used to examine companies' external environment and to identify the available opportunities and the threats. As you can see on the table, it is EFE matrix for Nestle company where the scoring is 3.20, which means it is above 2.5 and it is considered as a good EFE matrix score. Based on the table, Nestle has opportunities on the competition among the competitors is low due to the Nestle is a large company in food processing market where it rating 4, which is superior response, while the lowest scoring for the EFE metric for opportunities is 2, which means it is a average response. For opportunities to Nestle is the population has been growing and is expected to grow at a positive rate and for the upcoming years. So it is beneficial for Nestle as there will be increase in the number of potential customers it can target. Furthermore, the traits for Nestle is the company has strong existing competition in food processing industry like Hershey's and Mars, where this factor rating 4 that shows superior response. Next, Nestle also facing competition in terms of advertising from the competitors, where the competitors display promotion through advertising by offering a cheaper prices of their product to attract the customer, where this factor rating 3, 3 rating 3, which means above average response. And the last one, the lowest rating of threat for Nestle is the regulations on international trade keep changing, and this requires compliance by companies if they are to operate globally, where it's rating 1, which is poor response. Next, I will present about the competitive profile metric within industry, which are Nestle, Hershey, and Mars. CPM is a tool that compares the firm and its rivals and reviews their relative strengths and weaknesses in order to get better understanding of the external environment and the competition in a particular industry. As you can see on the table, the financial position for every firm is the most successful factor in CPM that weighted 0.22 compared to other factors. Next, the lowest weight, which is 0.04 for every factors in CPM, is the relationship with the suppliers, where these factors is not achieved. The successful factor of the CPM for every firms. Therefore, Hershey is stronger on advertising that rating 4, which is major strength compared to Nestle and Mars, while Mars has a major weaknesses on the global expansions and production capacity, and also Hershey has major weakness on production capacity. So overall, for the CPM within the industry, Nestle scored the highest weighted, which is 3.06, while Hershey is 2.80, followed by Mars is 2.13.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Siti Suraya binti Azhari and my matric number is A17A0702. Now, I'm going to conclude based on EFE and CPM. Okay, EFE is known as External Factor Evaluations Metric that evaluate the external positions of the organization or its strategic intents. An average total weight score is 2.5, and if the score is over 2.5, it considered as a good EFE metric score. Okay, based on the previous explanations, okay, overall, Nestle scored 3.20 for EFE metric, which is the company passed the average weight score and considered as well adapted to the current external environment. As a conclusions, we can see that Nestle has a sustained advantage where the company has successfully identified 4 components of VRIO, which is valuable, rare, intake, and organized. We can analyze that Nestle has a very low competition between competitors due to the Nestle is a large company in the food processing market. Nestle has opportunities to increase the number of product types where they can offer their product to all ages due to the consumer expenditure on food has increased by 3.6%. Okay, this shows that this point is very valuable for Nestle to sustain in the industry. Okay, next. Although the taste of the Nestle product itself will pose a threat to them because the taste of the consumer has already developed and it has a rare for Nestle to sustain in the industry. Even Nestle has a strong existing competitions in the industry. Okay, moreover, Nestle constantly to imitate that can be the reason for the Nestle to sustain in the industry. This is because the increasing of household disposable income increased by 3.6% has provided an opportunity for Nestle to further expand their company target market with the good potential in the cold dairy market due to their existing product have received good response from buyer. From this point shows that Nestle organization is organized well, where this factor can be concluded that Nestle can sustain in the food processing industry. On the other hand, based on the previous explanations about CPM, it shows the CPM result of the 3 company, which is Nestle, Hershey, and Mars. Okay, Nestle and Hershey's company are doing well because both of the company total weight score is above the average total weight score, which is 2.5, except for Mars company because the company's score is lower than the average total weight score. As a conclusion, comparatively between three companies, Nestle is the strongest because the total weight score is 3.06, which is higher than Hershey and Mars. It has relatively strength in many critical success factors such as market share, inventory system, financial positions, product quality, customer loyalty, relationship with supplier, product R&D, global expansions, and production capacity. The major competitor of Nestle is Hershey, as indicated by its second highest total weight score of 2.80. This can be said that both Nestle and Hershey's company are doing well, and yet Nestle has the most competitive spirit than Hershey and Mars. Overall, we can analyze that Nestle has a strong financial positions among its rivals, which is Hershey and Mars. Other than that, the product quality of the Nestle is highly due to the taste of consumer has already developed in order to gain customer loyalty. Even the competitor release the new product to gain the consumer loyalty. From that view, we can analyze that Nestle can be sustained in the future.
Next, I will explain about the strength of the Nestle company. The first point for the strength is the Nestle as the big brand image in the world, and most companies still buy the product that Nestle release, and the customer dare to try every new product that Nestle release. The second point is about Nestle is provide the extensive training in the employee. This is because to give their employee being skilled and motivated that can be affect their total of the output and the profit of the company. The third point is about the strong of the distribution network. So Nestle can provide the enough stock to all the outlet. So the fourth point is about the Nestle has been successfully to able the generating the increasing of the net profit on the capital expenditure on the various project in the past. This is because Nestle is the company that has the longer been established in the industry, so they must have the many asset such as building, machine, finance, so they can use the asset nowadays and make the more profit. The last point for the strength of the Nestle is rapid Nestle product development abroad. Nestle is record the increasing in export sales of 48%. Besides that, the increasing in the sales can be concluded to the expansion of the e-commerce industry worldwide. Lastly, I will explain about the weaknesses for the Nestle. The first point for the weaknesses Nestle is Nestle less spend money on research. Nestle assume their company no need to spend money on research to obtain data on their company target market. So they are already sell their product all over the country. The second point is about Nestle less sensitive in advertising to attract the customer to choose their product, because they are believe the product the customer will still buy their product even the lack of advertising. The third point is about low credit sale and the profit margin to retail to choose other companies that can give them more profit. The fourth point is about the Nestle less sensitive and utilizing e-commerce development such as website, because it less do promotional activity on the website. The last point is about Nestle cannot launch the expensive brand or product because their target market is the low income groups.
Hi, good evening. Professor Naresh Kumar, son of Sami. My name is Amir Shahiran bin Husaini, with metric number A18B0049. I will explain about IFE metrics of Nestle company. So I will explain about strength and the weakness of Nestle company, and we decided that Nestle has a big brand in the world and most of the customer will still buy their product, and we give rating number 4 to this point because this is one of the powerful strengths that Nestle have. The second one, Nestle has provided an extensive training to its employees, and resulting their employee is skilled and motivated. This also giving Nestle rating number 4. The third one, Nestle have a strong network distribution, and because of that, Nestle is easily distributing their product to almost every state in the world. And but this point we give rating number 3. Moving to the weakness of Nestle. Nestle spend less money on research to obtain accurate data on their company's target market. Rating number 2. The next one, Nestle is less sensitive to effective advertising to attract customer to choose their product, and this point we give rating number 2. And the third one, low credit sales and profit margin to retailers cause retailers to choose other companies that can give them more profit. This one is also rating number 2. So with 5 strengths and 5 weakness, we managed to get weighted 1.00, and the weighted score is 3.14. This is proven that Nestle is sustainable and profitable because the rating is above 2.50. I will explain about financial ratio analysis for liquidity ratio for the 5 years 2015, 16, 17, 18 and 19. For current ratio and quick ratio, for Nestle, it's since 2015 to 2019, it has been going up and down, and compared to the other 2 companies, that Nestle is the middle one, and Hershey is the most point of current ratio, and making Mars the least valuable. Okay, for quick ratio, since 2015, it has been going down and up and then down again, and making Nestle is the most highest than Hershey and Mars. For inventory turnover of 2019, Nestle got 4.99 and Hershey got 5.45, where Mars got 15.98, the highest of them 3. And for receivable turnover, Nestle got 10.11, Hershey's got 13.73, and Mars got 18.29, making Mars is the leading in receivable turnover. Next, to total asset turnover, Nestle got 0.73, Hershey's got 1.01, and Mars got 0.4, making Hershey's the number 1 of this ratio. For profitable ratio, we made ROE, return of equity and return of asset. For Nestle, in 2019, Nestle got 24.23%, Hershey got 73.28%, and Mars got negative 2.04%. Will make Mars the least of ROE, and Hershey's is the more higher ROE. For ROA, return of asset, Nestle got 9.85%, Hershey's got 14.51%, and Mars got negative 0.61%, making Hershey is the higher of ROA, and Mars is the least value of ROA with negative 0.61. Okay, next I'll explain about growth ratio for earning per share in US dollar. For Nestle in 2019, Nestle got $4.33, for Hershey $5.46, and for Mars got negative $0.70. Will make Hershey is the number 1. Number 2 will go to Nestle, and the third is Mars.
Okay, now I'm going to conclude based on IFE metric and financial ratio. IFE, or known as Internal Factual Evaluation Metric, is one of the best strategic tools to perform internal audit of any firm. An average total weight score of 2.5, and if the score is over 2.5, it's considered as a good IFE metric score, which indicate a strong internal position. Okay, based on the result of IFE metric, Nestle's score 3.14, which shows that the Nestle is strong against its competitors. Nestle scored 4 in the term of strong or well-known brand and skilled employee through incentive training programs. Moreover, Nestle scored 2 on the entire business, which needs a little effort of the company to change it into strength. Okay, as conclusion, Nestle has a sustained advantage. The company successfully identified the 4 components of VRIO, which is developable, rare, imitable, and organized. Okay, since the Nestle has a major strength in the term of strong brand and skilled employee, this will be available for Nestle to sustain in the industry. Even though Nestle is less sensitive in advertising last year, Nestle showed an increase in export sale of 48%. This increase in sale can be concluded due to the expansions of the e-commerce industry worldwide. This shows that Nestle has a rare in e-commerce industry, although they have a low in advertising method. Furthermore, Nestle costly to imitate that can be the reason for the Nestle to sustain in this industry. This is because from our analysis, Nestle with a big brand image in world, they also has a strong distribution network because Nestle had a large number of factories in almost countries. This also shows that the Nestle organization is well organized. On the other hand, financial ratios analysis give a true representation of a company's financial health and soundness. During the past 4 years, despite the fluctuations in its financial statements and the economy in general, Nestle company has achieved efficiency in all its operations. Result from profitability shows the company has advanced. The company did not make any profit in 2017 as they were spending more the expensive profile, had a huge investment in inventory, increasing the cost of sale due to low demand for its product. However, they performed better in 2017 and 2018 and strengthened in the management of their financing, decreased the collection period of the debtor, and handled their investment in a total asset related to their sales compared to Hershey and Mars. As conclusion, Nestle is more sustainable than Mars but less sustained than Hershey. However, Nestle is still profitable and can be more sustained in the future. This can show through a profitable ratio, which is ROA and ROE, and growth ratio, which is earning per share, EPS. We can see the ROA and ROE is still inclining for 2017 and 2019, even it is not as much as Hershey, but it is better than Mars, where the company is experiencing severe deficit. EPS seems to increase since 2017, which is a good sign for Nestle company. We can analyze that Nestle has a strong profit in financial. This is because Nestle has a strong cash flow and also many customers dare to try a new product that Nestle released due to strong brand it has. Although most of the Nestle ratio is inclining, but some of them are not, such as inventory turnover and receivable turnover. But however, Nestle still has a potential to grow in their financial.
Okay, so we go to the last part, which is strategy planning and conclusion. Okay, so before I explain more about what is SWOT metric for company Nestle, okay, I would like to introduce myself again. Okay, my name is Nick Raihan Abdul Hanis. My metric number is A1780322. So, from my observation, Nestle has listed all the strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, but Nestle may not tell the management what they should do. Okay, to overcome the weakness, what Nestle wants to do, to overcome the threats, what Nestle should do. So Nestle does not come out. Okay, does not come out what the management should do to overcome their weakness and their threats. So from the SWOT metric, okay, from the TOS metric, I count out the strong strategies for company Nestle to overcome their weakness and their threats and can give more strengths and more opportunities to company Nestle. So the first one is SO strategies, which is strength, opportunities, strategies. So SO strategies is use of firm's internal strengths that can take advantage of external opportunities. Okay, so the first one, okay, the strategies that I make for company Nestle, okay, internal strength, okay, in strength number 2 and strength number 4. Strength number 2, which is Nestle has a low cost structure, okay, And strength number 4, okay, it has a professional, highly educated, okay, creative and diversified labor force. And I take the advantage, okay, of the opportunities from development of goods and services that are environmentally friendly. So the potential strategy that I can make for company Nestle is Nestle, okay, can build environmentally sustainable goods at a low cost, okay, by creativity, so that they can be marketed at a low price. Okay, the next strategy is when I combine, okay, I take advantage, I use strength Nestle on social media, okay, Nestle as a solid presence. Okay, so I take the advantage of opportunities number 2 and opportunities number 5. Okay, so in opportunities number 2, globally, um, social media are growing. Okay, in opportunities number 5, household revenue is growing and consumer spending is also rising. So this can make some potential strategy, okay, that I make for company Nestle, which is Nestle can use their social media, okay, for promotions and drawing customers to its websites, okay. And the last one, okay, is when I combine the strength number 1, opportunities number 2, and opportunities number 5. Okay, for the strength number 1, okay, Nestle has a wide number of outlets. So when I combine or I take advantage the opportunities, social media are growing, household revenue is growing, and the consumer spend also growing or rising. So the potential strategy is Nestle can increase ads to draw customers to invest. So there are some strategies, okay, to you know that I use from Nestle strengths, okay, to take advantage from the Nestle's opportunities. So the second is, okay, WO strategies, which combine the weakness and the opportunities. Okay, what the opportunities can overcome Nestle's weakness. Okay, so this aim at improving the internal weakness by taking advantage of external opportunities. So I have made 2 strategies for company Nestle. Okay, the first one is I take in weakness number 3. Okay, Nestle has a high turnover rate. Okay, and I take the advantage from opportunities in opportunities number 5. Okay, same, household revenue is growing and consumers spend is rising. So the potential strategy is Nestle can make a long-term liquidity, okay, provide staff with bonus, and benefits to low turnover and increase job morale. So this may be possible as prices are presently low. Okay, the next strategy is when I combine with a weakness number 2, okay, I combine with opportunities number 1 and number 2. Weakness number 2 is Nestle has a low in R&D, okay, and their opportunities, okay, around the world, okay. Now internet users are growing, and also opportunities number 2, social media are also growing. So the potential strategy for company Nestle is developing a quality products targeted in the middle class. Okay, so there are 2 strategies for weakness opportunities strategy. So the next is ST strategies. Okay, strength and threats strategies. Okay, so these strategies use a firm strengths, okay, to avoid or to reduce the impact of external threats. So for these SC strategies, okay, I come out with 3 strategies for company Nestle. So the first one, okay, I combine with S1 and T1. Okay, S1 strength 1, okay, Nestle has a wide number of outlets, okay, that can give a powerful distribution network. And I combine with threats number 1, okay, the possibility of new entrants, okay, entering the market is present. So the potential strategy I make for company Nestle is Nestle has to reach out the consumers, and the battle of new entrants into the market use a strong distribution network. Okay, and the next is when I combine with strength number 3 and threats number 4. Strength number 3 is with a positive profit. Okay, with a positive profit, of course, Nestle has a good financial position. But their threats is threat number 4. Okay, there is a rising rivalry within the industry. So the potential strategy is Nestle has to invest their intellectual property rights by taking advantage of its good financial position. Okay, so this will help. Okay, this will help Nestle to deal the new competition. Okay, and the last strategy is when I combine with S4 and T3. Okay, in strength number 4, okay, Nestle has a professional, highly educated, and diversified labor force, right? So I come out when I combine with threat number 3, okay, in recent year, fuel prices have risen, rendering input costly. So the potential strategy I make for company Nestle is Nestle can use creative teams to identify the cheaper fuel options so that they can be used lowering costs. Okay, so there are 3 of ST strategies, and the last one is WT strategies: weakness, threats, strategies. So in weakness, threat, strategies, okay, this defensive tactics to directed at reducing internal weakness and avoiding the external threats. So I come out with 2 strategies for company Nestle. Okay, when I combine with weakness number 2 and the threats number 4. Okay, weakness number 2, Nestle has a low investment on R&D. Okay, and T number 4 is rising rivalry, okay, within the industry. So the potential strategy for company Nestle is Nestle can increase R&D spending, okay, so that Nestle can better deal, or Nestle can deal better with their competition. And the last one is I combine with weakness number 3 and threats number 4. Weakness number 3 is Nestle has a high turnover rate, and threat number 4 is rising rivalry in the industry. So the potential strategy I make for company Nestle, okay, company Nestle has to attract talent, okay, provide benefits, increase participation, or provide a healthier working atmosphere. Okay, this is because this can be ensured that staff do not resign to join rivals. Okay, so that's all for SWOT analysis and some conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is what strategies I can do for company Nestle to overcome their weakness and to avoid their threats. Okay, so that's all from us. present for company Nestle in our group assignment from group 2. Okay, see you again, Prof. Thank you.